Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Sometimes I work too much, and with the earthquake coming home tonight, the trains was off. They was way off. First, I'd like to give the shout out to all New Yorkers who traveled safely today. And there was a lot going on. I was on a train today, and I was in a tunnel, and the tunnel goes underneath the bridge, and it's in the water. It's underneath the water, underneath the East River. Some trains go over the bridge. Some travel underwater. You be in a tunnel. There's nothing but light in the tunnel and darkness. So as I was traveling from Borough Hall today, well yesterday, on the 4 train, traveling from Borough Hall to Bowling Green, there was an earthquake, and I didn't even feel an earthquake. I was on the phone with my son, but the reception goes in and out because I was underground. But as I'm traveling from Brooklyn to Manhattan, I gotta travel underwater. And I told my son, I said, I'll call you back. Okay. When I came to the next stop, I got a text. Dad, did you feel that earthquake? I'm like, what? So while I was underground, traveling from Borough Hall on the 4 train, going to Bowling Green, there was an earthquake. Now, one bridge just fell in Baltimore, right? Suppose that bridge fell and collapsed and hit the tunnel that I was riding through at the time. The water would have came all in there in my ass, and many of us would have been out. So I said, "What earthquake?" So I made a few phone calls. It was like, "Yo, my bed shook and the glass fell, and it was a bad earthquake." We had one about 15 years ago, and I was in the gym. When I came outside, I was going to Subways to go get me something to eat. Everybody was like, "Yo, man, the ground just fell, just shook." So both earthquakes that occurred, I was right there, and I never felt none of them. That's good and bad, but it's something that I really don't want to witness. So when I got to work yesterday, everybody was running outside. Everybody who felt it felt it. So it's a lot going on in New York. And besides all that, I'm tired of busting my behind at work. I know it looks all interesting on, camera and stuff like that. But at some point, I'm like, you know something? I'm gonna have to settle down, or I'm gonna have to retire. I'm ready to relax. I be doing too much. When I came home last night, the trains were still kind of every they was delayed. So when I got home last night, there was some cheeseburgers in there, and I made me some French fries. And before I got to eat it, I just fell asleep. And I woke up, I'm like, damn, I missed the live. So I kept putting off lives. I'm trying to work, kept putting off lives. I'm trying to work. At some point, I'm just tired of working and busting my ass. I'm tired of working too hard. I need to keep it basic. Them parties, I was doing them parties before, 3, 4 days straight, partying, partying, partying. Sometimes too much is too much. I'm ready to settle down and settle in. But on with the show. Welcome to the live. North Father's here. Welcome to the spot. And this morning, I got to put it out there. You know what I'm saying? I got to do my story. I can't keep putting it off. Whatever the story is, I can't keep putting it off. Philly Phil. I got a lot of respect for Philly Phil, man. Sometimes I fall back and I let Philly Phil do her thing. She gonna do her thing regardless, but sometimes I fall back and I watch her from afar. And B Nicole, I had issues with her. I mean, it was kind of bad behind the scenes. We was cool at first, we was talking, but mother and daughter is a situation. So I'm not gonna disrespect B Nicole today. You know what I'm saying? God is good. And sometimes God don't answer the way we want him to answer. Sometimes we can pray on things and it'll be answered. Sometimes we can pray on things and we just keep on praying, like what's going on. But I'm not here to bash neither person this morning. I really am not. I'm not here to bash evil person. But I will say mother and daughter stuff happens all the time. All I can do is wish them both luck. Because for the simple fact, I cannot judge that situation because I had my own problems with my own parents. And it got worked out over time. How it got worked out over time? Eventually, we was willing to take steps. Just because you on blood, that don't mean everybody gonna jump right up. Sometimes that be the situation. Sometimes people like, listen, man, that's my son, that's my daughter, that's my mother, that's my father. And through the love of that, but sometimes it's a lot of pain. Sometimes too much be done. So I'm not gonna judge them. I will wish them luck. Whether it's with each other, that's up to them. But one thing I cannot do is go on here and give lessons on how it should be done, as where when I went through it myself, I didn't know what should be done. Sometimes things never work out. Sometimes it's just like too much was done. I'm hanging out, I'm speaking for myself. If I'm hanging out with people that you don't like or hate, I'm hanging out with your enemies and I'm rocking with them. And all they doing is shooting me down, shooting me down, shooting me down. And they saying things about me while you sitting right there laughing with it. Sometimes that could trigger a person to no return. It happens. I had a cousin one time, and I had a problem with this dude. And I went all in about it. My cousin was rocking with the dude that I had the beef with. So when it was all said and done, my cousin took that person's side. That was over 20 years ago. I never spoke to my cousin again in life. When her uncle died, and they told me that like, yo, you know, so and so died. It was like I ain't give a fuck. So when they try to reconcile with me years later, not reconcile, but they was the first to reach out. There is no reaching out. And this is a true story. There is no reaching out. When you sided with that person that day, that's how it's gonna stay. That's the way I took it. So for me to say, Philly Phil, talk to your daughter. I mean, that's an obviously good thing to do. Should that be done? Because I say so? You gotta ask Philly Phil. So speaking of Philly Phil, I questioned first when other people were speaking up for her and they was going in. I'm thinking to myself, people should mind their business. They shouldn't speak about Philly Phil child like that and their backyard ain't clean. I was thinking this and I wanted to post it. I wanted to do a story on it. But then I'm like, I'm about to start a war that I have nothing to do with. I'm about to start a war that I have nothing to do with. But at the end of the day, I'm realizing now both sides had their people and both sides despised the other side that the people they was rolling with. So if Philly Phil rolling with a certain person and that person speaking for her, whether we like that person, respect that person or not, or that person got to clean their own backyard, I learned that's Philly Phil business. If she rolling with somebody that's bashing her child, and if her child is rolling with people that's bashing her, that's the way it is. And just like with my cousin that sided with the other guy, my heart turned cold towards her. Like I wanted to, like, you know what I'm saying? All right, I understand. On the down low, I found out that she was screwing the guy on the down low that had nothing to do with me. When I was beefing with that person, she went and stood with him. You okay? Dust that nigga off and left with him. But when her kid's father had her under pressure, they came to me, Nard, help me, yo, Nard, yo, this and that. So I went and pressed that dude, yo, you can't be fucking with my cousin, man. Yo, that's my cousin, nigga, you crazy? Had that nigga all shook up. And I knew that nigga before he met my own cousin. We went to school together. We didn't hang out together, but we was in the same circles. We knew each other. So when he started messing with her, I'm like, all right. But when he put her under pressure, she came and got me. I wouldn't handle it. See, all my cousins used to come get me when they had problems with their men. A couple of their men I beat up. You know what happened? They called the cops on me. I'm calling the cops. Why you did that there? I'm calling the cops. Cops come, I'm gone. One time we wanted a guy so bad we hid in a tree, smoked some weed in the tree because he kept trying to come to the block, but he saw us sitting outside, so he knew he couldn't come. So we would chase his ass off. So one day I said, yo, you know something? Let's go hide in the tree. We hit in the tree, we smoke blunts. We see the guy coming, he peeking. He trying to sneak in the building. We jumped down from the tree and we stomped him out. You know what she did? She called the cops on me. So when my cousin got involved with any of when When my cousins got involved with any other beef, and they called me one time, my cousins called me 3:30 in the morning. They fighting at a barbecue. No, come help us. You know what I did? I went back to bed. I went right back to bed. There's no more helping y'all. You waking me up out my bed to come help you. Then if something happens to me in the process of me helping you, nobody know what happens. Fuck y'all. Handle your own shit. So in a situation with these two women, I would love everybody to reconcile. I would pray for everybody to reconcile. But I learned I gotta pray for me to reconcile first. Let he who is without sin cast the first stone. I just can't blame people and say, oh, Philly Phil this, B Nicole that. And my backyard ain't clean. But there's a lot of people on YouTube that will do it. My backyard is not clean at all. But you know what? I'm going to tell the story on them. I'm not going to do it. Because we all have our problems somewhere within. Now, you got other people who don't like B Nicole. They happy to throw the shade on her. They will be happy for her to read the words, your mother don't love you. One of my mother's first cousins tried the same shit to me one time. She ain't say no words, but she had a problem with me, and she thought she could speak to me crazy. But all the females in my family, she don't speak to them like that, because they'll put hands on her. She spoke to me crazy one day. I'm like, what? I saw her son. You know what I did? I fucked him up. I'm gonna whip your ass for your mother, because she old enough to be my mother. She's older than my mother, as a matter of fact. So I'm not gonna slap the shit out of her, but I'm gonna whip the shit out of you. That's what I did. Tell your mother every time she say something to me, I'm fucking you up. She shut up. She tried to speak to me one day. Ain't no talking. So how can I tell Philly Phil, yo, go talk to your child, man? How can I tell B Nicole, go talk to your mom, man? So Philly Phil people allegedly is now bashing her now. And I know her feelings hurt. I watched the video for the first time right before this live. I said, let me watch that video. One with her sitting in the car. And like I said, I had my run-ins with her. But as a human being and as a father myself and as a son myself, I wish her the best of luck. But this is something that the people cannot figure out for her. Because the people trying to figure it out for her is what kept this thing going on the way it has. And people trying to figure out for her basically led to have Philly Phil have a cold heart towards her. And I'm sure she had a cold heart towards Philly Phil. A cold heart is no joke, man. You cannot speak to a person, but still have love for them. But once you have that cold heart for them, sometimes there ain't no coming back. We gotta respect the jokes. That's the jokes that don't want to be respected, but we gotta respect the jokes, whether we want to or not. I got a big family. I got a big family. So 2 or 3 of them I fell out with, I leave them alone. I ain't go over there, hey cousin, let's sit down and talk. I ain't do that. But I'm gonna tell somebody else to do it. When Philly Phil was being bashed, and when she was sitting in that panel with them, I'm sure Philly Phil felt the same way she felt. She was hurt. Now Philly Phil got people, and some of them I don't agree with, but those are her soul soldiers. They must be on giving her strength. And one of them, she gonna ride and die with that person. A person that we feel, yo, don't talk to him, don't talk to him. She's gonna ride and die with that person. Maybe as she should. Because she got people on her side now. See, when nobody was really banging for Philly Phil, people was coming at her from different directions. And her daughter sat in that panel. And they said things that called Philly Phil names that pertain to her daughter while her daughter's sitting right there. At some point she could have said, hey, they talking about me too. Both sides. Both sides, not just being the co-side, both sides. When somebody says something about her, Philly Phil can easily say, hey, you talking about me too. But that's something that they got to figure out. I went through enough problems with my own, and some was fixed and some wasn't. I went through enough problems with my own than to judge somebody else and like, yo, don't talk to her, don't talk to her. But people lately has been going hard for Philly Phil concerning this situation. And I listen to it and I read it and I be like, wow. But then if I look back when the roles was reversed, I was saying wow then too. Sometimes there just is no fixing. And in your darkest hours, when you need that love and support from somebody that fits that person's description, they fit that person's description, and you need that love and support, it's not there anymore, or it's just not there. Sometimes it never was there. The whole thing was done wrong, partly, in my estimation, was due to a child that didn't know how to handle the situation, was too anxious to handle the situation. Some kids want to handle the situation, but in the back of their minds, they feel abandoned. So they blend in that attitude in with the love that I got for this person and wanting to fix it. But in the back of your mind, I was abandoned. And you express it. Sometimes you just can't help it. Like it, you don't want it to come out, but it's what's in your soul. So you expressing yourself. I don't know if she pushed for it too fast or you know what I'm saying? But as a human being, you wish people could work things out, work things out. But as a realist, you have to understand what some things really is. Sometimes you just have to understand what some things really is. And some things can't and won't be fixed. See, respect go a long way. When you respect the jokes, you respect the situation. And maybe things wouldn't still been the way you wanted to be. But impatience could lead to the wrong things being said. Damn, I said I wanted to sit down with her. She telling me next month. I've been going for 30 years. Now I gotta wait another month. It's the anger. It's the anger. The anger just comes out the anger. And once the anger comes out, everything else is blind to the fact you can't see nothing else but that anger. These are two career women who have to figure it out. Shout out to Dot. I fell asleep, Dot. I'm sorry. I've been trying to do this work. I'm about to stop working so hard, man. They trying to get me to do it. They want me to work 3, 4 days a week. I could work a certain amount of hours in them times. If I could work 12 hours in 3 days, that's 36 hours a week. And I could be off the next 4. I could work 3 days and be off 4 days. Unless I get a party in one. I only need one party, one of them 4 days. Months ago, like I said, I was doing parties almost every night. I almost got sick because I was never really a party person. And I got to do another party tonight. So I couldn't put this live off. I was sitting in front of the TV, ready to go. I still had a little more time. Food was done. I was like, I'm about to get up and I'm going to put some cheese on my fries and I'm going to sit down because she made burgers, but she ain't make the fries. So I said, let me put the fries on. Oh, excuse me. I said, let me put the fries on. So I put the fries on. They was done. I'm doing too much. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing too much. And my body can only take but so much. We have to understand the word respect go a long way. I'm not going to tell Philly Phil to talk to her child, and I'm not going to tell her child to talk to Philly Phil. Due to the fact I had to clean up my own dirt in my own backyard, and I didn't have the answers for myself. The answers eventually fell in love. I mean, fell in front of me, whether it was the right answer or the wrong answer. It fell in front of me. So nobody didn't guide me through it. So I don't know how to guide them through it. That's something they got to figure out for themselves. That's something that they probably already figured out for themselves. And if that means stay away from me, then that's what it means. If it means I love you, that's what it means. Sometimes a certain person's love could be the root of their evil. When you sitting with my enemies and I'm sitting with your enemies, that only flames the hate. Like I said, Philly Phil's top shooter, I'm not gonna say his name. When I seen him going in and putting his 2 cents in it, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, yo, this nigga need to mind his business. But then it was made his business. And Philly Phil got him there for a reason. So who am I to question that person? Whether I like him or not. Who am I to question him? Because when B, Nicole had her top shooters, they was going in on her. They was going in on Philly Phil. Hard. People laughing, this and that. If I see people trying to get at me, trying to hurt me, and I see my family member with them laughing and giggling, and that person trying to end me, if I get away, I'm gonna want to do my family member probably first. Oh, you over there with them when they was trying to do something to me? Oh, word? I might try to get you first, due to the fact of who you are. My car got shot up 5 times because of my cousin. I drove her home and she had some crazy nigga waiting for her on the block. She could have told me that he was there. She waited till she got on the block. Oh, it's this guy. He put a gun in my friend's mouth. Who was this guy? Let me let you out right here. The guy right there. Yo, who's that? Who's that? That's my cousin. My other cousin in the car, like, yo, I know him. That nigga said, what? Blah, 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 blah. I had 5 bullet holes in my car. My cousin ain't called me, asking me, am I okay? See, I was a real nigga. I violate whoever. I seen her 8 years later. in family court. I'm like, oh, hi, cousin. Hi. I'm like, yo, why you didn't tell me that nigga was gonna blow up my car like that? You know what I did? I punched her in the face in the court. I'm a real nigga, man. I ain't even get arrested. I snuffed her. Wow. I wanted to do more than that. If I'd have caught her on the street, I would have stomped her out. A woman. Fuck that. Don't hit a woman. Don't hit a woman. A woman that's my own cousin got my own car shot the fuck up. But I'm gonna tell Philly Phil and B Nicole to go hug each other. But I didn't hug her. It's okay, cousin. It is what it is between them two. They grown folks. They career people. These not people that's sleeping in the box in the street. These motherfuckers done made something out themselves. So whether they reconcile or not, they still gonna eat. It's not my place to tell nobody to do nothing. Philly Phil ain't asked me to help her, bashing her. B Nicole ain't asked me to help her, bashing her. None of them asked me for help with this here. So who the fuck am I to say something about it? In that magnitude. I could make a story on it. Cause it's out there. It's all on the YouTube streets. So I could grab a piece of the story. But to enter their lives on this situation would never be my place. Not because I hate either one of them, because I don't. It's because it's their business. Them grown women know what to do for themselves. And it will be done. Like I said, I respect Philly Phil a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? Philly Phil was the first person I came to on these YouTube streets. My wife was watching Philly Phil before me. So when I showed her Philly Phil, she said, yeah, I'm watching her sometime. I'm like, you watch it? Where you know her from? Because she made good food or whatever. My wife liked to watch them good food channels. I didn't know my wife was watching her. My wife was watching Philly Phil before me. So when I started beefing with Philly Phil, my wife was mad at me, man. When I started talking to Philly Phil again and Philly Phil commented on my live, and I jumped up, I said, boo, Philly Phil just commented on it. Philly Phil's commented. My wife smiled. My wife a real jealous woman. You know what I'm saying? My wife is a real jealous woman. She don't like me being too cool with no woman. But with Philly Phil, she rocked with that. Because she knew I cared about Philly Phil a different way. Ain't like, yo, I'm going to take Philly Phil and I'm going to lay her down. I'm going to have sex with her. My wife ain't even thinking nothing like that there. The way I spoke to Philly Phil and the way she accepted me speaking to Philly Phil, it's like Philly Phil was part of the damn fam. So she was smiling. When I was beefing with Philly Phil, she was mad at me. My wife a good person, man. My wife a real good person. And just like her top hitter, beef with her, I beef with her, we regret it. We fight on these YouTube streets. Philly Phil and UP. I hold them in high regards, man. Loca too. I hold these people in high regards, man. I don't get to see Loca as much as I want to. You know what I'm saying? And I regret that. But when it comes down to Philly Phil, I respect UP because she fight for people, man. UP put her neck on a damn line. UP got people gunning for her on these YouTube streets. She put her neck on the line for a lot of people, win, lose, or draw. Philly Phil just got that suaveness about her, that persona. Like a big sister, like a next door neighbor, like a homegirl you sit on the bench with. Y'all just laugh and be talking all damn night. Philly Phil want to come to New York. I just want to get that fact straight. She come to New York with respect. Not yo, when she come out here, I'm gonna try to bang her. When she come out here, you gotta get your facts straight. She's not to be looked at that way. She deserves more respect than that. She's a lady. She's a mother. She's a grandmother. And how she decided to do her stuff. What up, Doc? Yeah, I finally made it up. I had a hard night last night, man. I had a hard night. They broke me into this other place that I got to work in. This club here. I didn't work in this club yet. I've been there. But last night they had to give me a tour and show me the fire exits, show on me who's in charge. So I worked yesterday, but I did a couple of hours there. Then I came home and my body was just shot. I've been trying to go live all damn weekend. So I was about to put it off to win tonight. And I gotta work tonight too. I gotta work tonight. And I don't think I'm working Sunday. No, they close. I'm working too much. I'm doing too much in bunches. I bunch all my work in. I'm doing too much. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting tired of it. I'm getting tired of it. But I'm gonna keep getting my ass up and going to work. Oh yeah, most definitely. I'm gonna keep my ass up. But I can't do too much. I gotta learn to relax and enjoy the fruits of the labor too. You know what I'm saying? So thank you for coming in this morning. This is about Philly Phil. You can watch the replay because I'm about to go off in 1 minute and I'm going to screen it. You know what I'm saying? Philly Phil's a top-notch person, man. So when her daughter sat on the panel with Philly Phil enemies and Philly Phil enemies was bashing her, Philly Phil felt the way. My daughter sitting with my enemies. And they calling me all kind of bitches, dick sucking nose, dick nose, and you know what I'm saying? So now Philly Phil people going after the daughter the same way. I've been on a couple of lives where the content creators and their subscribers is just hammering her now. See, sometimes some people could dish it, but they can't take it. But I'm not gonna say that's B Nicole. But in life, we all meet somebody who could dish it but can't take it. When them people sat on that panel and violated your mother, and I'm not blaming them neither, it's their choice. I can't tell a person what to say. But when they violated your mother, and you said this your family right here, this your brother, this your sister, your mother said, keep them. And now her people and her subscribers going hard after the damn daughter now. And it seems to me like they going after her with the same hate that was put upon her. Both mother and daughter peoples got the hammers out. And Philly Phil people, they remember all that stuff that was said. So now whatever they saying now, like what was said about Philly Phil was maliciousness. They was just being malicious towards her. But now what's being said towards B Nicole is hate. It's a bunch of cold hearts going after her now. We hate you. That's what they doing. I just pray for the best. I like to thank y'all for coming in. Yo, God, holler at me today. Yo, I was on the train yesterday during that earthquake. I didn't even feel it, but I was underwater. I was in the tunnel going from Brooklyn to Manhattan. Thank God the bridge didn't fall into the damn water and hit the tunnel and put a hole in that motherfucker while I was in there. That'd have been a way to go out, goddamn. Cause I be thinking about that shit going through them tunnels, man. Like, hurry up out of here. Hurry up out underneath this water. It's just one stop. It's like a 3 mile ride, I think. Through 2, 3 miles. Now the East River, let me see, it's like a 2 mile ride. And you go straight through and it's just crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just glad nothing happened to me. But by the time I got off the train, everybody was outside in Manhattan. Everybody ran out there, out the damn buildings. Like, what the hell going on? Earthquake. I'm like, wow. I like to wish Philly Phil and B Nicole the best of luck. And not like I said, I have my beef with B on Nicole. You know what I'm saying? This is not about for giving this. I can't say I don't forgive you. There's really nothing to forgive. Only thing I can say is it's all good. Don't even worry about it. Because sometimes people have their own problems, and I don't want to be the one to pile on it. I'm trying to stay in my own lane in these YouTube streets. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm trying to stay in my own lane. But Philly Phil do got hitters. And if they can't beat them all, they're gonna beat the ones that they know they can beat. Like I said, you know, I used to watch Philly Phil after those lives when she was bad. And Philly Phil held on strong, you know what I'm saying? But you can see it in her face. You can see it in her face. Like, it kind of reminds me of me. That's why I don't like beefing with cats on YouTube, man. If I can't reach out and grab your ass, man, leave me alone. I ain't got no problems with you, man. We felt it in the center. Yeah. Yeah. You feel that shit. Like, what? You know what I'm saying? But what people remember the most about that is the daughter. Fuck what the people say. They're going to say what they want to say. They no kin to her. It's the fact that the daughter was sitting there while they calling her all kind of uncle fuckers and all this shit. They talking about Philly Phil in the way what led to the daughter being born. So in a lot of people's eyes, they was talking about both people. You sitting people, but see, I don't want to judge all that. I ain't got time for that shit. Philly Phil felt the way, just like her child felt the way. I seen when her top hitter was going after the daughter. Oh, this nigga, he kind of destroyed her. See, he's a cold nigga anyway. For the shit he went through with his own family. So he don't give a fuck about destroying your ass. Because he went through that times two. He probably went through worse with his own. But he got the ammunition to take somebody else down. And he did. I ain't gonna lie. He went at her. So Philly Phil letting it be known. Y'all don't like this guy? Yes. It got cruel. Cold, cruel. It got nasty. But I can't blame that person either. I really can't, because when Philly Phil, when it was going down with her, it was nasty work. You got like 4, 5, 6 people just banging her, banging her head. Like, these 3 words, I love you. Shorty could have said that then. You sitting on the panel with niggas that's just hammering her and you laughing. So now the process has reversed. Philly Phil sitting on the panel with people that's bashing her now. And Philly Phil's that typical country girl. They got a mind of their own, man. This is cruel work right here that's going on. But it is what it is. This is the Nod. I'm so happy to have going live. You know what I'm saying? I hate putting my lives off because people be watching out for me. I can't let y'all down, and I can't let myself down this time. I can't disappear for 2, 3 months this time. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be posting today before I go to work later, and tomorrow I'm gonna stay home and rest. Sunday is a day to rest. I'm gonna do all that day. Make me some baked mac and cheese. Yo, Dot, I'm making some ribs. I'm making some ribs tomorrow. So if you want some, holler at me. Dot, like when I cook, I could throw down. You know what I mean? I could throw down. I had some last week. I made me a rib sandwich. I made that meat so soft and so juicy. Oh God. So if you want me to make you some ribs, let me know. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start putting them on when I come home from work. Like I might get home like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, probably if that's what it leads to. I Thank you. I'll start putting them on then, and they'll be done by the afternoon. Cause I don't cook my ribs like in a couple of hours. I let that sucker cook on a low fire. I let it cook till it's nice and soft and juicy. Oh God. But God bless Philly Phil. God bless B Nicole. I like to thank Dot for coming in on these YouTube streets. That's my right arm right there. You know what I mean? And that's the way it is. Good luck to everybody. Like I said, I can't tell these two women to stop fighting when I didn't fully clean my own backyard. You know what I'm saying? See, that's what people do. They'll tell you not to do it, but they doing it. Hey, you gotta respect the jokes. Don't go rob that guy, but they out there robbing everybody. You know what I'm saying? They should kiss and make up, but you're not kissing and making up. You know what I'm saying? I got my own problems in my own family with certain people. I gotta figure it out. That's what we all have to do. That's just life. But long as you stand tall on it, respectfully, you be all right. Stand tall. And the Nod is out. Peace. Catch that replay. Hit that like button, guys. That's what we need. We need the support of hitting that like button. Shout out to Cinnabon who was waiting for me to come on. I'm sorry about that, Cinna. I fell asleep. I just been doing too much lately. And when I do too much, I messed up. I always mess up. I always do things wrong. Mod squad, right back to you, Dot. You already know. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna ride this thing out. And I'm out. Everybody, good morning. I don't even want that cheeseburger now. It's breakfast now. I'm gonna make me a grilled cheese sandwich. That's what I want for breakfast. Grilled cheese and probably tea. I gotta cut back on that sugar. Grilled cheese and water. And if I want a full breakfast, I'll make me some bacon, egg, and cheese. I don't want all that this morning. Just give me a nice little grilled cheese sandwich. It can settle in my own stomach. I'm gonna take me another nap, and then I'll be ready to do certain things. I like to sleep. When I'm home, I like to sleep. All right, y'all. I'm gonna catch y'all throughout the day. Peace.